Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Suzie and this is I Run Things, and today we are going to talk about what happened during Wineglass Marathon. Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're not a new subscriber. On Sunday, October 1st, I ran Wineglass Marathon with a goal, a big goal of 4 hours and 20 minutes. I was not able to accomplish that goal and a lot happened. I think if things hadn't happened the way they happened, I probably would have been able to run at 4:30, but ultimately I wasn't able to, and I finished in 5 hours and 11 minutes. Not a good time. I made peace with myself. A lot of you have been texting me, which I appreciate a lot. You were concerned about me, concerned if I was sad about the results, which I am, but again, I made peace with myself, and I'm here to tell the story of what happened so that you guys understand and maybe learn something from it. I certainly learned from it. So here we go. First thing I'm gonna do is show you the swag you get at the race. This is the race t-shirt. This is embroidered, it's high quality embroidery. It's a thumb long sleeve tee, and it has here in the back, it says Corning, which is, I think, a really nice touch. It doesn't have the sponsors other than Guthrie, which is the local hospital, the local system. It's several hospitals. But yes, you can put this up. It's just a high quality t-shirt, and I think it's perfectly sized. This is a small, and I think it fits me pretty nicely. Yeah, I'm gonna take it off because today we have 82 degrees and I'm hot. The other thing you get is this nice wine glass, and it says Wineglass Race Series. It has the dates there. I'm trying to get it out of the maybe here. There's a glare everywhere. And then in the back it says Wine Country, and you also get this, which is champagne, right? Is it champagne? Yes, it's champagne. Yes. So it's been in my fridge since Sunday. I plan on drinking it while I do this recap, just because I feel like it's cause for celebration that I was able to finish the race and get my medal, and my medal is here. And the medal is gorgeous, guys. It's glass, and it has the tower from like the main square in Corning, New York, and it's really nice. I think it has fingers because I've been touching it, and it's gonna be hard to keep it clean. That's the only con of this gorgeous medal. Yeah, it's just a nice piece of hardware, you guys. Don't you think? I think it's nice. The first thing we're gonna do is use this really nice wine glass and open the champagne. Let's pour some. Oh man, I hope it's not vinegar. It smells a little bit like vinegar. Let's drink it first. No, it's good. It's a little strong, but it's good. Okay, so I pulled up my Strava. If you're not following me on Strava, it's Suzie I Run Things on YouTube. I'll put it here so you guys can follow me. My run is public, so you all can see exactly what happened. Actually, it does say 5:07, but then it says elapsed time 5:14. So I'm not sure why. I started it late and I turned it off when I was already at the medical tent. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my video with the vlog of the race. These are the paces, and I'm gonna try and recap the race the way that it happened so I don't forget anything. So number one, my coach and I had a very specific pace that ideally I would follow for this race, for Wineglass Marathon. So through Race Joy, through the tracking app from the marathon, you could get messages. So my coach was telling me how I was doing with my pace, and he was telling me now it's when you have to increase your pace, be a little bit faster, or now there's a hill ahead, there's a couple hills. So he warned me in advance that now there's a hill, take it easy on the hill, and then on downhill speed up a little bit. So he was giving me instructions that way. So the first 3 miles, I think they were a little fast. Aren't they always? But they're kind of downhill, so you're taking the benefit of going a little bit downhill. Now on mile 4.8 exactly, there's a hill and it's quite pronounced. So I also ran the hill pretty well. I did 10:30, and then on the way, kind of midway through the hill, I sped up a little bit, 10:20, and then on the downhill, mile 6, I did 10:18. So far, so good. I actually met friends as I was running through the course, as you saw in the video. I met Megan, I met Rob, I met Aria, and it was just nice to be able to cross paths with people you know. So that was really nice. Now at mile 8 and 9, I felt like I needed to pull back a little bit just to save my legs for later, because I noticed I was going too hot. So I was trying to pull back a little bit before speeding up so that I could, again, just save my body and my legs for later, because this is early in a marathon. You're not supposed to just give it your all in the first 10 miles. So I pulled back a little bit, mile 8, mile 9. I'm gonna make sure that you guys can see this, because I'm not sure you can see it. Okay. So mile 8, mile 9, those were actually the same pace, 10:24, which is pretty cool. And then mile 10 is when I was supposed to speed up a little bit. I was supposed to keep after mile 10 till mile 19 at 10-minute mile pace. And I continued doing that same kind of pace, under 10-minute, 10-second pace per mile. Mile 11, 10:04, mile 12, 10:08, mile 13, 10:18. Then here is when I started feeling a little bit like, again, I was going too hot and I needed to bring my heart rate back a little bit. What happened in mile 10, 11, and 12 is I crossed paths again with my friend Rob, and I told him, now I have to speed up. I'm supposed to do this at a 10-minute mile pace. And he said, oh, I can take you all the way till the finish with a 10-minute mile pace. So we were running together for, I guess, 3.5 miles. And I noticed that I could not keep up that pace, that when he was talking, I could not answer with more like the, yeah. And you know, I thought, to me, it felt like a tempo run. So I looked at my watch, and it was like my heart rate was like 170, which truly that's my tempo kind of heart rate. So yeah, I was going out a little bit too hot, and I told him, just keep going. I'm gonna pull back a little bit, and I'm just gonna recover a little bit from this pace. So still, I was going at a really good clip, but I pulled back a little bit. I let Rob get ahead of me, and I did mile 13 at 10:18, 14, 10:28, 15, 10:44. I think I have water here, if I don't remember incorrectly. And then 16, 10:34, 17, 10:38, and 18, 11:51. What happened at mile 18? So, mile 10, I was taking what we had planned to take for electrolytes and gels, and also I was taking water at every water station. At mile 10, I needed to stop and use the bathroom, and I used the bathroom. And then at mile 18, the reason why it's 11:51 is because I felt like I needed to use the bathroom again. So I was trying, and it was like a rush, like I really needed to go to the bathroom. And I was even looking for like a bush or a place where I could hide, but in that stretch, there's really nothing here other than little brushes. There's no tall trees, no brushes like surrounding this area at all. So there's not a place for me to just hide like a woman needs to hide. So yeah, so finally right there's an aid station, and there was a porta potty, and I went in to use the bathroom. And when I used the bathroom, I was there trying to pee for a good minute. My belly was pressing me, it was hurting, and I could not pee. And it was very, very, very painful. I thought I was maybe passing a stone or managed to get a UTI or something was wrong with me, because I felt a lot of pressure on my bladder. And I definitely felt like I needed to go. Like my belly was, well, the way that your belly feels when you need to go to the bathroom. So I decided to keep going because I thought, I can't stay in the bathroom forever. I'm gonna have to keep going. So I said, okay, maybe it will go away. So I continued running, and then mile 19, when I was like right after mile 19, I started walking, because as I was running, the pressure in my belly like turned into not just pressure, like you need to be, it was more like legit pain. It was like someone was like moving my insides with a knife. Like it was really, really, really painful. So much so I started crying. I had my glasses on, my sunglasses, and my hat, so I felt kind of protected that no one really could see. But I started walking because the pain was irradiating to the back, to my back. And I thought, okay, definitely something's wrong. Something is not, it's terribly wrong, and I need to call medical aid. So I started walking, which is why the pace is down so much. 12:25. I was still walking fast because in my mind, I crossed the line right there very, very quickly. And I'm saying quickly, probably in like 30 seconds, I had made the determination that I could not continue running and that I was gonna DNF. And for those of you who don't know, DNF did not finish. I thought, it's the first time I DNF a race, there will be more races, but you need to get yourself looked at, because I was crying, like not tearing, I was full blown crying. I was very, very miserable at that point. So I was walking, I could not see anybody with a bike. The race had bikers going around with bottles of water, and I thought, if I stop one of the bikers, maybe I can tell them, can you send someone to pick me up, because I can't continue. I just can't keep going. And right around this time, right around mile 19-20, I was walking really, really fast. My friend Megan and her daughter were right behind me. They were running. And Megan called me and said, Susanna, she knows me as Susanna. She called me and she said, are you okay? And I told her, I turned around and said, I'm not, I can't keep going. I feel like my belly's about to explode. I went to the bathroom and I can't pee, and I'm just like, there's something wrong, like really, really wrong, and I need to find medical assistance. So she made an executive decision. She told her daughter, keep going, Aria. I'm gonna stick with her. And I told her, no, go with your daughter. Like, don't leave me, you're pacing her, go with her. And she was like, no, I'm not leaving you alone. I'm staying with you till you get medical care. And I could not be more grateful for that, because I was scared that I was gonna have to at some point stop in the middle of the road. And it was hard to stand there. That was the main reason why I was walking, because I needed to move myself forward to find someone. Everybody was moving forward, so I thought I'll have to keep going and I'll find someone who can help me, who's not running the marathon, like an aid station or something, if I keep going. And I was afraid I was gonna have to sit by the side of the road and I don't know. It was very stressful, guys. So Megan asked me, so what's going on with you? What do you feel? And I told her, I have been drinking water, so I don't know what's going on. I think maybe I drank too much water, something's clogged there, I don't know. So she said, maybe drinking more water will solve it. So let's see if we can get you to an aid station. And then drinking water, maybe something will move and you will feel better. We continued walking, and then the next station was mile 20. We stopped for a little bit, which I'm surprised that it says 12:25, because I think we probably stopped for close to a minute. So I don't know. And at this point, we're full-blown walking. We didn't run at all till the very, very end. So I drank water. Megan grabbed cups of water for me, and she was holding cups of water, and we continued walking, because I told her, drinking the water made me feel better. And I had taken my last electrolyte, like my last gel at mile 18. So, and definitely my stomach, it wasn't nauseous. I didn't need to vomit. It was like all in my belly, like all in my, like it felt my bladder and my kidneys maybe. So, because it was hurting in the back as well. So we continued walking, and she distracted me. She was talking to me about mundane stuff and not so mundane stuff, because we talked about all sorts of things. And she was such a great friend. She was just trying to keep my mind off of how awful I was feeling. So we just walked a mile and walked another mile and took a lot of water at the water stations, and then finally at mile 20, I must have been 22 because this one is 15:35. We found one of the bikers, and she knew Megan because Megan lives in the area. Oh man, I need to drink something else. So that's why it's 15:35, because we were stopped with the biker for a while. Because she said, if you need me to call someone, I'll call someone. And she gave us, Megan told her, I think, Megan said this to the one in the bike, I think she's dehydrated, so I think she should continue drinking water. The color has returned to her face. And it wasn't, the funny thing is the whole race, people were like sweating bullets around me. I wasn't sweating at all. Like I was pouring water at the water stations on me, but I did not sweat at all, which was weird. It's like I was retaining all the liquid that I was taking in. It was all staying in my body. So we just walked with bottles of water in our hands. Like Megan had 2, I had 2 more, so we had 4. I checked the water, like I sipped, like I was constantly drinking water. And as I was drinking water, the truth is, drinking the water, I was feeling better. Like the pain was subsiding a little bit. As I was drinking water, the pain was just going away little by little, and I was feeling better. I still could not run because when I was running, the impact was just too painful. But I could walk, and we were walking really fast. So then we did the mile 23, 14:30, mile 24, 14:39, mile 25, 16:12. I think we stopped here. I don't remember incorrectly. She saw someone, some neighbor or someone, and we stopped to chat with that person, with that guy. And then mile 26 in 15 minutes. And then Megan knows the course really, really well. So she said, do you think you can run half a mile? And I told her, I can try. She was like, would you like to try? And I said, yes, let's just try. Let's just try and see if we can. So then we started running, and that's in the video what you see, that she's encouraging me to run, not to run too fast. She's like, you're going too hot, just don't run that fast. I don't want you to stop. I want you to keep running. Just stay on it, stay on pace. And she carried me through to the finish line. And I can't believe this says 8:58. It's possible we ran that fast. I don't think we did, but and then as soon as we crossed the finish line, she stopped someone there. I don't even remember all these guys. I don't remember pulling the camera. Like I have it on video, and I don't remember pulling the camera to vlog. So I guess it was an instinct. It was like, okay, I'm running. I have to see the finish line. This just pull the camera. I'm sweating just thinking about it. How awful it was. And then we crossed the finish line, and she stopped someone there, and she told them, oh, she needs medical. So she took me to the medical tent, and then at the medical tent, they asked me a lot of questions. They were so sweet, so good. Like I need to send the race director a note because they were excellent, and I want them to know that I felt very well taken care of. First, there was I don't know if she was a medical assistant or a nurse. I mean, they're all volunteers, but she seemed very knowledgeable. She asked me questions. She said, did you take water? Did you take electrolytes? So I told her what I had been taking. And then she said that may have been too many electrolytes. can you drink water right now? Like, do you feel like you can drink? And I was like, yes, I've been drinking the last 10 miles a lot, the last 7 miles a lot. So yes, I do think I can continue drinking for sure. So she gave me more water. At this point, Megan had gone. She said, I'm gonna go get your medal. So she went to get the medal and she came back and gave me my medal, which I had completely forgotten about. And then at that point she said, because my friend Lynn, she was around in the finish line. My friend Lynn had run the half, and her plan was to take a shower at the hotel and then come back and wait for me at the finish line. But she was there obviously for a long time because it took me a lot longer to run it than anticipated. So she was worried that I wasn't gonna make it, because I texted her saying that I didn't think that I was gonna finish. And I texted Lynn and I told her I'm at the medical tent, and then Lynn came, and when Lynn came, Megan left to find her daughter and her husband, her family, they were looking for her. So yeah, then Lynn was there with me, and she was so worried. I could see it in her face, and I was worried because you were far away from home. I was 4 hours driving from home, so I was concerned that something was wrong with me. So they took my vitals, like my blood pressure, which was okay. They heard my heart, and this I don't know if she was a doctor or who she was, because she called someone senior later on, but she was hearing my heart, listening to my heart, and she said, I don't hear any wheezing, your heart's fine, your oxygen level is fine, you don't have a temperature, it might just be that you took too many electrolytes and that's why you couldn't pee. So you're gonna have to continue drinking water, but let me call doctor, I forgot the name of the doctor, so this older guy. He was really, really sweet, and he did like a more thorough, he was touching my belly, and I was like, don't touch me, because it was so painful, especially on the left. And then he touched me in the back as well, and it was more the left than the right, so it was definitely on my left. So then he said, do you have your appendix? And I said, yes. And he was like, it could be appendicitis, although it's not a typical, it doesn't hurt like this. But if it is, you're not gonna make it for hours driving back home. Which I was panicky at that point. And then he said, I think definitely you should go get checked, because it could be something serious. It could be a kidney stone, it could be a UTI, it could be, but this is gonna make your travel back home for hours really complicated, because you could in the middle of nowhere. I told him I was from Bucks County, and he said, I knew exactly what that is. You're gonna have to drive through not very many things. So if you're in one of those stretches where there's nothing around, you could get very, very sick. So then he said, can you drive yourself to the hospital, local hospital? I said, I don't think I can drive right now, because I was feeling very dizzy too. Like at that point I was dizzy. I think because of the effort and then laying down, and he said, well, can your friend drive your car and take you to the hospital? And Lynn said, she has a manual and I don't know how to drive a manual. So then he said, well, then we're gonna call an ambulance. And I was so scared at that point. I said, okay, I had the presence of mind of saying, okay, why don't you just guys go tend to other people, and I just stay here for 10 minutes, and you guys can come back and check with me in 10 minutes and see if I'm doing better, which I might. So they left, because there were other people in the medical tent, other athletes there, other runners. So they turn around, and as soon as they turn around, I told Lynn, let's go. I just want to make it to the hotel and take a shower. And she was like, are you sure you can walk? I was just, let's just go, let's just get out of here, let's just go. And so she held me and we walked out. Kind of like, I turned around and said thank you, but I don't think they realized that I was leaving that fast, because they had a lot in their hands. So we walked out, and luckily everything is very close. So my car was not far. I got to the car, and then our hotel was only a 5-minute driving. So we got to the hotel, and I jumped in the shower really quickly, which Lynn had called saying that I had a medical emergency, and we were not going to be back at 1 p.m. for the checkup, and they said that was okay. So when we arrived there, Lynn told the woman, we're the people with a medical emergency. And she said, oh, we know, I know. How are you? Are you feeling better? And I was like, yeah, I just want to leave. Like, and she was like, okay, here's your key. She activated our cards again, and we went upstairs. I jumped in the shower really, really quickly because I felt so, I needed a shower so badly, like. And then when I jumped in the shower, this is really gross, but as I jumped in the shower, I peed. Oh my God, this is so scatological, guys. I felt so good, and all the pain disappeared like automatically, like this. Oh, I felt so good. Like I can feel like I was so relieved. And I got out of the shower. I showered super quick because I was not supposed to shower because we were supposed to be out of the room already. So I didn't even dry my hair. I just combed it, picked up everything, left the room. And we started driving, and I had more water on me. We grabbed water at the hotel, which they had bottles of water for the runners there, like for free. So we grabbed a ton of water, put it in the car. I started driving back, and we had to stop in 4 hours, 4 times for me to use the bathroom because that's how much liquid I had in my system. And Lynn, my friend Lynn, she's a dentist, so she has had medical training, and she said, so this is my theory, which of course we don't know, and we're probably never going to know for sure. But she said, I think you took too many electrolytes. And what happens when you take too many electrolytes is your body knows that the concentration is too high. So every water you're taking stays within your body to dilute those electrolytes. So that's why you were not sweating. That's why you could not pee, because your body wants to keep the water. And then she said, and I'm going to tell you this, when I got to the medical tent and I saw you, you had ballooned. Like you were like inflamed. Like, oh man. So, live and learn. That probably ruined my whole race. But again, I'm just so happy that I was always able to finish, because at mile 19, I was DNFing. Like if I had seen a biker before my friend Megan saw me, I would have told them to send someone to get me. But my friend Megan helped me to finish. And she was with me the whole time. She even held my hand at times. And she told me, she said, please don't post anything on social media, but I just have to give her the credit because she was an angel. She descended from heaven, and she was everything. And people say, runners help other runners. I don't know that other people would have done it. She was running with her daughter. She didn't have to stop for me. So it was very sweet. And when I was crying, I could see that she was crying too. Like she cried with me when I was crying and in pain, and she was so good. So I hope I'm able to pay it back at some point in the future. Anyway, guys, so the finish was completely epic because I'm so glad that I pulled the camera and I filmed, because otherwise I would not have those memories. I would not remember anything. It would have been a blur. And it wasn't. It was. Now I have it with me. So I'm sorry that I'm crying this much, man. Oh, what an experience. So my advice to you, don't go overboard with the electrolytes. More is not better. And I had taken these many electrolytes in a training run, definitely the same kind of electrolytes. But it was during days that were a lot hotter. Like it was with 82 degrees, 84 degree days. it never got more than 68. So I think I should have pulled back from taking so many electrolytes, especially so soon. I was just trying to go as fast as I could and meet the goal that I wanted to meet. So, but it's all good, guys. Like I said, I was at peace when I made that determination that I was not gonna finish. I was at peace with myself, and it's all good. It's not, there's no regret right now because I was safe and I was in good hands, and I had friends that helped me out and stayed with me, made sure that I was okay, and it could have been a lot worse. So yeah. So to you, Megan, to you, Lynn, for being angels, I love you. And this is gonna be, if you haven't watched the video from the race, you can watch it if you want to. Run fearless, but take care of yourselves.